नारायण नारायण हरे नारायण. Welcome, respected friends. Let us revel in the study of this glorious Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, gain the knowledge, gain the kripa of Vaashishthaji and Ramaji and Mother Saraswati and all Devatas and Rishis. Third Utpatthi Prakaranam in the Leelopakhyanam, 28th Sarga, GIRI, GRAAMA, VARNANAM. GIRI VARNANAM we saw yesterday, GRAMA VARNANAM we see. Idea of all that is, the description is so clear about so many minute aspects also. Only to say that, in spite of all that, from the Chidakasha standpoint, all of that is Kalpita. In the same way, every world is Kalpita, every Loka is Kalpita, every Rupanama is Kalpita from the Brahman standpoint. Therefore, devalue them, realize Brahman and play in the Kalpita Jagat only as Leela. When it's Leela, there is only entertainment following the Leela rules without any purpose. See that? How nice it is. Let us see the chantings, Mangalacharana shlokas, and continue studying from where we stopped yesterday. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya, Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने. ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकनित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मभक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवांग्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहण प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा वाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण मोक्ष प्रकरण स्मृति शास्त्रस्य पारायण अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मुक्त्यर्थमयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ते स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ते तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतु क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः. दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्योभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः. ओम सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सुजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यस्संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने गिरि ग्राम वर्णनं नाम अष्टाविंशतम सर्गः श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच so that Giri Varnana. So the whole story is Raja Padma died, Leela invoked Mother Saraswati, before that also invoked her. Then once she came, she wanted to, all that Tattva Jnana, Brahma Jnana was given by mother. Then she wanted to see that husband of hers. Bhagavan, mother said, do the dhyana nirvikalpa. You can go. She reaches through that nirvikalpa dhyana through to the ativahika deha, goes to the jiva, her husband who died. He's already king somewhere. Nobody recognized. She came back. Again, some more Vedanta taught. She wants to go to Giri Grama. Now, mother again told her to take up the Ativahika Deha. She took. Mother also in the Jnapti Deha, crossing so many lokas. Even the Brahmanda Vedan Chedan, they went to see that Giri Grama. Okay, in the Sukshma Rupa unseeable. Then with Leela's Sankalpa, both of them, like the Vana Kanya, Vana Devata, appeared in front of them, all discussion done. Then Jeshta Sharma asked to bless, blessed. Then Rama asking question, or even Leela asking question, why my husband did not recognize me, but the son recognized. Because you have reached to Naham Leela Osmi, Naham Ativayaka Dehosmi. That's why you got the Sankalpa Shakti. So you could do Sankalpa and that's got fulfilled. Then from there we are seeing now the next portion of Antardhana Hokar. They came out of that Giri Grama Gruha. Then the Giri Grama Varnana. In that first Giri Varnana, the whole mountain. Then the Grama Varnana, all that. Why we have to study it? We can skip all that because that Grama is no special than any of the Grama which we see. But still we study because we are committed to study all shlokas of this Yoga Vasishtha. Second is the purpose for which Valmiki ji wrote it, Vaashishtha ji told it, is that this is how realistically, like this loka, so many lokas appear only to an ignorant person. The one who through Shastra Vicharana reached to the substratum level, to him all of them are unreal. Yesterday we saw that no? Avicharanavan, for him the Vajrasara is the Brahmanda. For Vicharavan, other than Siddhakasha, there is nothing. So too, this world is not exclusive or unique, like that और बहुत भी होते हैं, ये भी हमें बता रहे. And anywhere you go, you continue as a jiva bound only, unless you through your choice reach to that tattva jnana. Okay, this is how the purpose of all these beautiful topics. Right now, let us see from this 20th mantra. ॐ अथष्टाविंशः सर्गः श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच. What is it? सारवञ्जुलविस्तार गुप्ताखिल सरित्तटम् अस आसमाप्त शिला श्वभ्र लतावर्तन मारुतम. So Sara Vanjula Vistara Gupta Akila Saritatam. In that mountain range, the Saritas were hidden because of the lot of trees and latas and gulma around that Saritata, because wonderful waters, very fertile land, they have thoroughly grown all those trees, plants covering all that river. Asamapta Shila Shwabhra Lata Avartana Marutam. Then all the Shilas also are so dense that within that the Vayu was bound, not moving the Vayu. For the Vayu to move, the obstructionless space is required. So there was an obstruction, so the Vayu was not moving. Then Pushpa Grapihita Kosha Pihita Kasha Kosha Kudyakavaridam Pataddirgha Sarit Srotaha Suranmukta Kalapakam. So Pushpa Agra. So Pushpas are there at the Agra. That Agra Pushpas of what? Uh, Trees which have grown so much, so too the mountain itself was in such a height, na? So you can feel that. The very huge mountain. When you go to Himalayan ranges, you can see. The clouds are in the half size of the half level of the mountain only they are. Rather, the clouds come from the mountain bottoms only, and that forests that are there. So those clouds which are halfway of the mountain lot of trees. Trees have beautiful flowers. So those flowers are covering all these clouds. Pushpa agra pihita akasha kosha kudyaka varidam. So the akasha kosha ka kudya hai varida. That clouds are as if covered by these flowers only. Then patat dirgha sarit srotaha. So sarit srotaha dirgha patita. So the waters are flowing and falling from the higher altitudes or even from lower. Then the water droplets which are falling little far away are looking like the motia, the beautiful gems pearls only. So that minute thing also Vasishtha is describing. Realistic. And yet everything is Brahman. Then Chala Vruksha Vana Vyuha Vatavelli Saritatam Nana Vana Kulopanta Chaya Satata Shitalam. So Chalat Vruksha Vana. All the vrukshas of the Vana are Chalat, are moving. How? Vatavelli Saritatam. In the banks of the rivers, the winds are blowing more. Therefore, the tree branches and leaves are so fastly swinging, moving. Then, Nana Vana Akula Upanta Chaya Satata Shitala. Vana is so dense that the land there is Chaya Akula, totally covered by the shadow. Very rarely the sunlight enters there. Therefore, Satata Shitalam, always it is very cold inside. है ना? There are some places like Chirapunji and all, or any other, continuous rain is there, dense forests are there, sunlight never enters inside, so it is so chilling and cold there. So that's how some portions of that mountain. Then after this is the Giri Varnana. Now comes the Grama Varnana. The Grama Varnana is कि अथ ते ललने तत्र तदा ददृशतुः स्वयं तं गिरिग्रामकं व्योम्नः स्वर्गखण्डमिवच्युतं ते lalane, both of those women folk tatra there tada at that time tadrushatuhu swayam tadrushatu swayam, they have seen what tam giri gramakam, that grama next to this giri, तो पहाड़ उस तरफ है तो इधर गांव है. व्योमनः स्वर्ण स्वर्गखंडमिव च्युतम. The greenery, the pasture lands, the freshness, All of that makes it appear like that a part of the Swarga is broken and separated and came down, fell from the Swarga Akasha, is this Bhumandala Bhukanda. So beautiful it is. These Varnanas also give a beautiful, enchanting opportunity for the mind to contemplate and enliven ourselves. Instead of thinking of the people and the experiences and the bitternesses or the insults given by them and unnecessarily becoming miserable, feeling low about ourselves, all that only thoughts, giving dukkha only. Instead of that, ऐसे अद्भुत वर्णनों का ध्यान करो. Such great descriptions when we meditate, there is a joy in the mind. And a beautiful. Imagine a beautiful Swarga with all the Adbhutatas, wonderments of Udyanavanas, houses, people. A part is cut and brought to the earth and pasted there. Like that is Vasishtaji's description. Vyomnaha Swarga Khandam Ivachyutam. Vyomnaha Akasha se Swarga Khandam, a part of the Swarga Chutam, broken, fallen, slipped is this village looking like. Now, Varnana of that entire Grama. Ratat Pranali Patalam Purna Pushkarini Ganam Dvijaihi Kucha Kuchaihi Kujat Swalila Shwabhra Kachakam. Shwabhra is the small ponds of water. Kachakam is next to that all the dirty, marshy, quicksand type of land, not so much deep, but कीचड़ जैसा कच्चकम से ही कीचड़ शब्द in Hindi has come. So, first Ranat Pranali Patalam, there the Pranali Patala Rananam. The Pranali means that wood made thing on which the string, the water is taken from the well, that makes a sound. So that sound is heard. दो तीन कुएं होंगे, वहां से पानी निकाल रहे होंगे, and it being a undisturbed place, no aeroplanes, no trains, cars, horns, honking the horn, और एनी ऑफ दिस टीवी साउंड फाइटिंग कुछ नहीं है इसलिए थोड़ा भी आवाज अच्छी तरह सुनाई देता सो दैट प्रणाली पटल आवाज was heard from there. Purna Pushkarini Ganam. So many Pushkarinis are there, full of water. Small, little, lesser than the lake sized pond, you can say. Then Dvijaihi Kucha Kuchaihi Kujat Swalila. The birds are playing their own Leela, and while playing their Leela of sporting, making the Kucha 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 sound. Shobhra Kachakam, in that Shobhras, in the small water pools as well as Kachaka. तो पंछियां एक दूसरे से लड़ रहे हैं प्यार कर रहे हैं सो अपने आवाज कर रहे हैं यू कैन सी दैट द डिस्क्रिप्शन गिव्स अस ए वेरी lightness to our heart. So that's what is that village. Next, Gachad Go Vrunda Hunkara Karala Khila Kunjakam Kunja Gulmaka Khandadhyam Sachaya Ghana Shadvalam. So Gachad Go Vrunda Hunkara Karala Akhila Kunjakam. All the kunjas at that time, the cows in groups were moving and they were making Hunkara Dhvani, and that Hunkara Dhvani of the cows or all those cattle was Karala. It is giving Karala Shabda, giving a fear also. Even if the tiger roars, lion, that anyway frightens us. Even the cows and wolves and all of them, when they make that sound, तब भी डर लगता है सुना होगा so the jhund of cows and other such cattle moving there, making that sound which was frightening. Then kunja gulmaka khandadhyam. Lot of kunjas, gully gully, gulmaka khandadhyam, having the gulmas. Gulma means the thick dense shrubs, etc. The bushes. Then Sachaya Ghana Shadwalam. In some of the places, the Shadwala, the grass fields were Ghana, very thick, dense, good heighted grass pasturized or pasture lands also there. So I am studying one by one shloka and explain. It is your and my homework again to meditate on these and feel the entire Giri Grama. So the Shabda Chitra, word picture is given of that great Grama. Then what? Dushpravesharka kiranam drushanni haradhusaram udagramanjari punja jatalam vishikhantaram. So dushpravesha arka kiranam. Some are the forests or trees are so dense that the sunlight cannot enter inside. Drushat nihara dhusaram. And some places full of nihara, the fog dense. Dhusaram, naturally when the cows etc. are moving, the dust also filled some places. So thick dense forests or trees not allowing sunlight to go, dense fog, dense dust. Picturize all of that. Udagra manjari punja jatalambe shikhantaram. So, Udagra manjari. Udagra means ऊपर फैले हुए. Then manjari means the bunch of the flowers. Punja, many bunches. Jatalambi shikhantaram. From those trees are the rocks. They are following or latak rahe hain, hanging, looking like a jata. है ना, like somebody's head is like a tree or a mountain corner, then the jata is like these creepers that are with full of branches. In the Himalayan mountains, when you go, you continuously see these sceneries. that कोई किसी का घर वो पहाड़ पे है और उन्होंने बहुत सारे पौधे लगाए, so those creepers just bending down, you are going in your car, इतना दिखते हैं. So that's how that thick bunched flowered creepers were there looking like the jata. Then Shila Kuharavahasfala Prochalan Mukta Nirjaraihi Smarita Chala Nirdhota Kshirodaka Jalashriyam. So Shila Kuhara, from the Shilas of the mountain. Vaha spala. Vaha means water. Spala prochalat mukta nirjaraihi. So from the higher altitudes, when the waters are falling, again after falling on the stones, when the drops are rising up, in the rays of the sun, they are reflecting the sunlight, appearing like mukta nirjarai. Mukta means motiyam ki tarah. Then thereafter, those waters, little bit foam that is formed there of the waters, bubbles, smarita. It is reminding. What is that? Achala, ocean, nirdhuta, when it is charana, kshira udaka. So the milky ocean, when it is charana, then how these form forth used to come, that was reminded of these sceneries. सो क्षीर सागर का मंथन के समय किस तरह से वो मंथराचल पर्वत के मूवमेंट के कारण चारों तरफ दूध के वो बिंदु झलक कर गिर रहे थे इधर उधर, लाइक दैट वाज आफ्टर द वाटर फॉलिंग अगेन व्हेन इट इज जंपिंग फ्रॉम दैट स्टोनी बेसिस, दैट वाज रिमाइंडिंग ऑफ क्षीर सागर. सो भगवान ऐसे वर्णन कर रहे. So he was there. Saptarishio में एक वशिष्ठ जी है, तो he has seen all that Kshira Sagara Mathana etc. Next, Falamalya Mahabhara Bhasurairadrumayhi Aniya Pushpa Sambharam Tishtadbhiriva Sankulam. A very cute Varnana it is. Very, very enchanting, very, very beautiful. Narayana. What is it is? Phala Malya. So lot of fruits as well as the mala ki tarah continuously grown up flowers. Mahabhara Vasuraihi. They are heavy, each of the branches made heavy because of the flowers as well as the fruits. Where Vasurahi Ajiradrumai. So people, their houses, in the Ajira Angan of the houses, so many trees having plenty of flowers and fruits And because of that, the branches are bending down. And all that scene appearing like what? Aniya Pushpa Sambharam Tishtad Bhiriva Sankulam. So it is as if either somebody is brought the bunches and baskets of fruits and flowers and standing there, or in that house only, the trees themselves are with flowers and fruits holding in the hands of their branches, welcoming the guests coming to the house. कितना बढ़िया है कि नहीं? पुष्प संभारम आनीय तिष्ठद विविह इव संकुलम. How beautiful it is. That Varnana, trees only welcoming the Atithis with flowers and fruits. That's how the bent branches are looking. Why they are there? Because of the heavy load of fruits and flowers that are there on the trees. All of that can give us an idea to understand that the consumers are less, producers are more. The nature lovers are there. People are mindful about the greenery, the nature, the trees, etc. They're working to protect. The way nobody is there unnecessarily to pluck the fruits, flowers, or cut the trees. These are all can be understood as the purpose of this description. So then tarat taranga jhunkara kari maruta kampitaihi kirna pushpa samavrushtam drumaira pirasa kulaihi. So tarat taranga jhunkara kari maruta kampitaihi. You know, when the tarangas are moving in a river, it's a beautiful look. Wind is not seen, but still the touching of the wind, when it happens, you can feel that the wind is also flowing like the taranga of the river. So नदी के तरंगों के समान चलते रहने वाले वायुओं के कारण कंपितई कीर्ण पुष्प समावृष्टम ध्रुमैरपि रसाकुलैहि. So all the trees and flowers are bending down as if because of the winds giving the fruits and flowers to those who want to. A nice expression, no, this one. कि लोग पुष्प और फल चाह रहे हैं पेड़ से, और पेड़ झुक झुक कर उनको फल पुष्प दे रहे हैं. And how they are झुक रहे हैं? Because of the continuous or the random flow of the wind. And compared with what? That wind flow like the tarat taranga. What is it? Tarat taranga jhunkar. A beautiful water flowing and the waves are there. Like that, that you can feel the tree bending, going down, bending. So when it is a bending, the wind is coming and hitting it. Again, when gone, the tree branches are gone up. That movement of the branches up and down, appearing as if the branch is bending, tree is bending the branch to give the fruits and flowers for the arthi, those who want. See the description. मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं? I am to really enjoying it. तरत तरंग झुंकारकारी मारुत कंपितैः कीर्ण पुष्प समावृष्टम द्रुमैरपि रसाकुलैः. टेक टेक करके फूल फल पेड़ दे रहे हैं जो चाहते हैं. देन अशंकित शिलाकूट स्रवद बिंदुटंकृतैः किंचित कृत रवम गुप्तैः अशंकैः शंकितैः खगैः. And another interesting description. Ashankita means one need not have any doubt that somebody is there to disturb or trouble. That's the serene atmosphere. Yet, Shilakuta Sravad Bindu Tankrutai. Shilakuta from the height of the mountains or even the hills. When the water is falling down, the falling water is making tankara dvani, tang 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 sound. That kinchit kruta ravam. The tankara rava is happening because of the water falling from the heights. Even though it is a natural water flow with nobody there as enemies to touch or catch or kill, still listening to that sound, see the description beautiful. The birds there are frightened, flying, jumping from here to there, as if somebody coming to catch. मतलब वहां पंछी उन पानी नीचे गिरने के शब्द को ही सुनकर कोई डेंजर मानकर वहां से उड़कर आगे जा रहे हैं. दो देर इज नो बडी फॉर दैट, व्हाट यू कॉल, देर इज नो बडी फॉर द birds to be frightened about. So Ashankita, but it's Ashankita still. Shilakoda Sravad Abindutankrutaihi Kinchit Krutaravam Guptaihi Ashankaihi Shankitaihi Khagaihi. So the words are Shankita. आप देखोगे ना कोई कमरे की खिड़की से छुप कर पंछियां देखते हैं. इवन ए विंड ब्लोज और लीफ फॉल्स देयर, या कोई कपड़ा उस स्ट्रिंग से गिरा तो डर कर वो उड़ जाते हैं. That sort of scene of, even though there's nothing to be afraid about, still the birds are frightened because of the water making the sound while falling down from the mountains or the heights, whatever. Okay. Next one. Utfala lahari shranta sikara swadana kulaihi nadyamu uduparavarta vruttibir viharagair vrutam. So Utfala lahari, the beautiful lahar, the waves ऊपर नीचे हो रहे हैं. श्रांत, these hamsa pakshis are relaxing in that movement of the wave. But they have surrendered to the wave. Wave going up, they are going up. Wave coming down, they are coming down. It is like swing to those birds. So Utpala Lahari Shranta Sikara Aswadana Kulahi. And then some of the water droplets, they are opening the mouth and drinking. Nadyam Udu Paravarta Vruttivihi. So Vihagair Vrutam, the various birds, including the Hamsa Adi Pakshis, are moving from one place to other, floating in the waters, taking the water droplets, all of that looking like what? Udu Paravarta Vruttivihi, like the twinkling stars. Udu means the twinkling stars on the sky. So when you see from distance the twinkling stars, so too from a little distance when you see these rivers, in that the water flowing, these birds are looking like stars. Little distance, say चमक धमक के साथ, and they're flowing in that water, in that wave movement freely, enjoying the droplets. So even that minute detail also our kind Bhagavan Vasishtha ji was concerned to describe for us. So this is another beautiful scene. तो कुछ दिया जा रहा है यहाँ, बहुत कुछ नहीं दिए जा रहे हैं. जो भी दिया जा रहा है उसके द्वारा, जो नहीं दिया गया उसका क्या सुंदरता होगा, we have to for our own selves imagine. And then you and I today, because of the variety of transport systems, along with that, the all internet availabilities and videographies, घर में बैठ बैठ कर ही how many things we can see uploaded on various internet channels, etc. sites. So when you see all of them today and compare it with the description given by Vasishtha ji, that means this type of beautiful nature is eternally there. That time they described it in the books through the words. Today through videography, live showing, we are able to see them. These two are secondary. Primarily, that's the beauty of the entire nature. And this nature, whose beauty is all this world, is nothing but three gunas. Three gunas are the Prakriti, and Prakriti is the Shakti, undividable, inseparable of the Lord. And in the Lord, the Shakti also dissolves in Him. He alone is there, one without second. That sthiti we have to reach to realize the Brahman and get liberate. And all this description with all its beauty, still it is unreal only. Next one. कहाँ तक पहुंचे हम? हम्म, हाँ. उत्तालताल विश्रांत काकालोकन शंकितैः बालैः प्रगोपिताम् इक्षाम् इक्षाखण्डं जीर्णस्वभुक्तकैः. So Uttala Tala Vishranta, huge tala trees. Seated there are Kaka, the crows, etc. Alokana Vishankita, that they are seeing, they will see, and they drop down, come down and they take away. With this fear, the children who are seated below those trees, having their own some eatables in the hand, are hiding those eatables from the looks of those crows. See the beauty? Uttala tala vishranta kaka. The कौवे वगैरह वहां बैठे हैं. आलोकन शंकित ही with the doubt that they will see and come and झपट के ले जाएंगे. बाल ही by the children who are seated down, the village children. Pragopitam iksha khandam. Whatever the eatable there, pragopita, it is being projected, hidden, etc. जेब में ऐसा कहाँ भी हो छुपा के रख रहे हैं. जीर्ण स्वभुक्त कही. So whatever they have eaten, the remaining thing, if it is kept seeable by the crows, they'll take away. So they are hiding it. जैसे हम भी करते हैं ना, कोई ओपन प्लेस में खाना खा रहे होते हैं. So these words will come even in your own house nowadays. कि if you open your windows, if you don't have the proper grills or the mesh doors, etc., and near the window, if there is a kitchen and the dining table and the eatables are there, so the parrots come and take, or these कबूतर mainly आकर ले जाते हैं. Sometimes the cats will come. If the house is ground floor, even the dogs will come. You know that beautiful scene of the monkeys entering the house, opening the fridge, and comfortably taking the fruits and bread and going away. You can see it. So, fear of those birds coming and taking away the eatables, they were hiding that. That scene is another place. Then, Pushpashekara Sambhara Vasana Grama Balakam Kharjura Nimba Chambira Gahanopanta Shitalam. So, Pushpashekara Sambhara. So Shivakara means head pay, Sambara means decorated, Pushpa. So the children with their heads decorated with flowers, Vasana and other flowers and leaves, they are tying their towards their own body like the clothes. Who are they? The Grama Balak. So the general, Prakriti is Varnita. Now the human beings are being described. So the children are having the flowers and leaves as the clothes, and some flowers on the head as the topi, on the head as alankarana or protection, whatever. Another place, Kharjura Nimba Jambira. The lot of Kharjura Vrukshas, lot of Nimba Vrukshas, lot of Jambira Vrukshas, Gahana Upanta Shitalam. So dense were they, those trees and grooves, that inside that place is called Gahana Upanta Shitalam, extremely cold. बहुत ठंडा अंदर की जगह, क्योंकि सारे पेड़ डेंस थे. खरजूरा निम्बा एंड जंबीर वृक्षास. खरजूरा तो यू नो खजूर, निम्बा इज नींबू के, नींबू संतरा, ऑल दैट फैमिली, एंड जंबीर वृक्ष. दे आर सो डेंस. दिस इज अनदर डिस्क्रिप्शन. देन क्षौमाग्रहस्तांबरया मंजरी पूर्णकर्णया क्षुत क्षीणया क्रांतरथ्यम ग्राम केटक कांतया. देखो, क्षौमाग्र हस्त अंबरया. सो क्षौमाग्र हस्त अंबरया means having the clothes which are old, dilapidated. Manjari purna kartaya, having the flowers filling the ears. Kshut kshinaya, because of not eating, hunger, absolutely thin and pale. Krantaratyam, walking on those roads, whatever the paths. Grama Ketaka Kantaya, appearing to be a very insignificant, what you say, people, Kshudra Gidam Kitara, the women folk were seen there. So for Vasishthaji, they're all hungry, no food, very old clothing. It's not a town and city, not a kingdom, etc. अब गांव में तो ऐसे रहते हैं, isn't it? Just now, even villages, last 20-15 years, say they're having good houses, paintings, clothing, everything is furnished, everything is properly, the basement is filled with all stones, the flooring, etc. Even they are going for all the false ceilings. हाँ 40 years बैक क्या होता था गांव में जाओ, घर पूरा मिट्टी और काऊ डंग से ही रखा रहता था. And above the thatched roof only. The walls made with mitti with some holes to keep the lamps or any of the things. Didn't we live in those houses? Enjoy किया ना अपने गांव में. So this was like that. The people were also old torn clothes with some flowers on the ears putting and looking very pale thin. Now in India, because of the good food, quantity of food more, and stopped working and sitting in front of TV for 10 hours, all of them become so hefty, heavy, even women folk. And in some of the schools, if you see, so pathetic. I have seen, 8th, 9th class ke bache, both boys and girls, like a buffalo only. So much that means they are fed by the parents. The stupid fellows are not doing any work. That is a proof. Now, but earlier it was not like that. Hard work everybody used to do, dynamic, active, slim and lean and thin. So that's the way the women were there. Kshaumagrahastambaraya, Manjare Purna Karanaya, Shut Kshinaya, Grantaratyam, Grama Ketaka Kantaya. So all the Grama Kantas like the Ketakas there, with Kshut Kshama, with the Manjare Purna Karana and Kshauma Agra Hastambaraya. So very little clothing, very flowers in the head, thin and lean, they were there. Then Sarittaranga Sanghatta Samrava Shruta Samkatham in Karma Jadya Ghanatstrasa Vanchitaikanta Samstitam. So see Sarittaranga Sanghatta. Another place, the Saritas and the Tarangas flowing so much that Samrava, the sound is so big that Ashruta Sankatham, whatever the people they are talking near that banks, was not heard by even them, those people. आपने देखा होगा ना कभी जब जबरदस्त झरना जो चल रहा है ऊपर, वहां पास में आप जाओ तो यू कैन नॉट टॉक टू इच अदर, चिल्लाना पड़ेगा. You may remember all those things when we were in that Rishikesh rafting time. The water was flowing so much. So too during our Char Dham Yatras, some of the places, especially the Gomukh, वहाँ से जो पानी झरझर आता है. And during rainy season, here all the rivers, the mountains से पानी आता हुआ, the flow and sound made is so much that you have to shout even to call somebody. That is the meaning of Sarit Taranga Sangatta Samrava. The big sound coming because of the tarangas of the Sarit. Result is Ashruta Samkatham. The Samkatha, the mutual talk, Ashruta, was not heard. Chillana pad raha hai. What is another scene? Is description of the grama. Another place, Karma Jadya Ghanatrasa Vanchitaikanta Samstitam. So Karma Jadya Ghanatrasa. People are so much jada that they doesn't want to do any karma. Therefore, Ghanatrasa, they are terribly frightened that somebody will call and give them a work. Vanchita ekanta samstitam. Therefore, they are just seated somewhere, hidden from the people, so that they won't call them and they don't give them work. गांव में ऐसे ही होता है, ऐसे छुपे रहते हैं ताकि दिखो ना, ताकि वो लोग बुला के काम ना दे मुझे. बिकॉज घन कर्म जाड्य घन त्रास. कर्म जाड्य मतलब कर्म करने में जड़ता. घनत्रास मतलब कर्म दिया जाता है करके भयंकर भय के कारण. वांछिता उनको डिजायर्ड है. एकांत एकांत में रहना. संस्थितम जाकर वैसे बैठे. हाउ टू रिट्रांसलेट इट in so many ways I can tell, but this clicks to my mind whether you like it or not. है ना? All the old retired useless fathers in law that बहू कोई सब्जी लाओ करके काम देगी करके, they will go and sit in a stone with the same like-minded useless old people कि दिखे ना किसी को बुला के. So then that daughter-in-law asking the son, अरे दादाजी कहाँ है, थोड़ा मार्केट जाके ले आना है. ओ दादाजी वहां चले गए, चल ठीक है तुम कर लो काम. And why that old man gone there? Karma jadya ghanatrasa. So karma jadya ganatrasa vanchita ekanta. Board kept outside, I am busy inside. But sleeping inside like buffalo. Why the board kept then? Nobody should disturb me or give me any work. So there are the children, their play, women folk, their movement there, then the old days, or some male folks. Generally, a गाँव में या पहाड़ों में ना, all the time women only work. It's a very rare scene to see men working. Women work and earn and get. The men folk drink and then sleep. That's all. ज्यादातर आपको आजकल मजबूर होकर they are also working because cost of living is increasing and they want more and more bhoga. So the women, the men, the children, the rivers, the cows, cow sheds, the trees, the shrubs, bushes, the water flows, the variety of animals, birds, all the description is so beautiful. And why I am reading and telling? For me to improve this uh, ability to study and understand Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, the Sanskrit shlokas. I'm not संस्कृत पंडित, मुझे आता ही नहीं. तो ऐसा करने से थोड़ा थोड़ा एटलीस्ट fear of Sanskrit goes away, though it's very tough. A familiarity will grow. And this Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, Samskrita Vyakarana here adapted is so tough it is. Not easy like the Gita, etc. Or maybe we are not exposed to this many times. मे बी 10-12 बार पूरा पाठ पारायण करने से शायद वी मे बिकम मोर फेमिलियर व्हाट्स एवर ओके नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन कृष्ण वासुदेव दधिलिप्तास्य हंस्तां स्पसैः दधिलिप्तास्य हस्तांसैः स्निग्धपुष्पलताधरैः नग्नैर्गोमयपङ्काङ्कैर्बालैराकुलचत्वरम् चत्वरम आकुल the chauraste बहुत busy थे with whom balaihi children how the children were nagnaihi no clothes छोटे छोटे बच्चे gomaya pankankaihi and the entire body is smeared with gomaya cow dung means ऐसे खेलते खेलते गिर गए होंगे they don't care then dadilipta asya hastamsaihi and they might have eaten just now the curds and milk, etc. Asya, the mouths, hasta, the hands, hamsa, the other parts of the body, dadilipta, lepita by the dahi, the curd and milk products. Sigda pushpa lata dharaihi, so having the pushpa as the alankar. तो पुष्पों के अलंकार से पूरा शरीर गंदा गंदा with smearing of the cow dung, etc., having the curd, etc., marks in the hands and the mouth, children naked, roaming and enjoying on the chaurasta. चौराहे पे मोहल्ले पे बच्चे खेल रहे सो दधिरिप्त हास्य हस्त अंशैः स्निग्ध पुष्पलता धरैः नग्नैः गोमय पंकांकैः बालैः आकुल चत्वरम चत्र चौरस्ता इन ऐसे बच्चों के साथ है ना nowadays it is little different. No, the other day I was watching 3-4 days back. 2 days रात में 1 बजे 12:30 I had to come from somewhere to take the morning class. I had to go somewhere and रात को 12-1 बजे all these children, ये जगह ऐसा है. All of them below 13-14 years. From their looks it can be seen. Don't have any license, etc. 4455 on one two-wheeler. Like that 50-60 two-wheelers. Making all the sounds moving on the roads. And no police wala stops them. And no parents of sharam nahi hai unko. They just allow the children to get bigdo like that. Thank God I was observing them. Not even one Hindu fellow was there in that. सनातन धर्म कुछ डिसिप्लिन डिसेंसी होता है all the other fellows see the arrogance see that carelessness 10 बच्चे then they let loose them like that at 12 o'clock in the night one vehicle five children all are minor less than 12-13 only oh and the so reckless careless police wala cannot stop if stops they will beat him also gunde and we vote to those people who encourage them sharam karo. Anyway, so these days now, here's a comparative for you to understand. The children were playing in their innocence there. These are ignorance and arrogance. So to Tira Shadwalavallinam Dolan Dolanakarivihi Tarangairvahyamanasya Lekikankita Saikatam. How cute it is. There is the lake, water is flowing. At the banks of the lakes or rivers, the grass blades. So the waves are hitting those grass blades. Because of that, the grass blades bending. When they are bending and touching those banks, which is with sand and all, appearing as if those grass blades are writing something on the land. है ना वो घास फूस ऐसे झुककर ऐसा हिलता हुआ कुछ लकीर खींच रहा है वहां उस सैंड पे. दैट इज द डिस्क्रिप्शन. तीरा at the banks, Shadwala, the grass blades, Vallinam, Dola Andolana Karibi Tarangaihi, the waves which are disturbing those grass blades, Vahyamanasya Lekika Ankita Saikatam. The Sikata, the sand is, Lekita is written as if. On the sands, the blades of grass are writing something. It is looking like that when they are bending because of the continuous hitting by the waves of those rivers. In this way, Dadikshara Ghanamoda Matta Mandhara Makshikam Kamabhuktartha Todbhashpa Jarjaravala Balakam. These are all the beautiful things. We'll continue enjoying it for 2 more days. So कल कितने हुए 37 हो गए ना. टुडे वी हैव डन ए वेरी गुड नंबर. 22 38 मीन्स 18 श्लोक किया. So we have 63. So 38 means 25. So कल परसों 2 दिन में पूरा हो जाएगा. Thank you. सर्वम रामार्पणम वशिष्ठार्पणम ललितार्पणम श्री सरस्वती अर्पणम लीलार्पणम. ओम पूर्णमदः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. आ जाओ वाक्यवृत्ति भी पढ़ लेते थोड़ा.